It is 7 o'clock on Monday, October 19th, and we will call the meeting of the City of Sault Ste. Marie City Commission to order. If we could have a roll call, please.
Mayor Gary,
Here.
Commissioner Baker,
Here.
Commissioner Bospis-Rath,
Here.
Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Miller,
Here.
Commissioner Talentino,
Here.
Commissioner Twardy.
Here.
Deputy City Manager, have we heard from Commissioner Collins at all?
I have not heard from him, but he was on previously, so I don't know if he got booted out.
All right. Well, we'll.
Your Honor,
Yes.
can we make a motion to excuse him, but to let him in if he comes in later?
Well, if he was here, I think he'll be back, so we shouldn't have
Okay.
to excuse him.
Okay.
We want to wait for just a couple of seconds here. Who controls the lobby, Robin? Is that just open? I sat out there for a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm hosting, so I'm controlling the lobby,
Okay. He's not there?
but he's not there. No, I just went and checked again. He was on when I was testing it earlier, so
All right.
I can make the motion to excuse him if he's not here, Your Honor.
I think he'll be in. Why don't we go ahead and if we could all rise, please, and we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody will please mute Commissioner Miller, we'll do the honors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and
Thank you, Commissioner Miller.
Greg is logging in now, Mayor.
Okay. Great. So we'll just wait a second for him to get in here.
I'm in, sorry, technical difficulties.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, guys, thanks for waiting.
Welcome back. We did the Pledge of Allegiance already, Greg, so.
Okay, I'll make up for it afterwards.
All right. So we're moving on to item number 4, which is mayor comments and general announcements. And just wanted to say one thing. Tonight we have reinstituted, I think, a tradition that we have had for many years in the past. And Isaac Thompson is here from the Lake Superior State University Student Government Association. So Isaac, I don't know if you want to just unmute yourself and maybe say hello and give us a little bit about yourself and just an intro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like you said, I'm with Lake Superior State Student Government. I'm on the Committee for Political Action and University Development. It's our goal to raise awareness about political action on campus, raise awareness for student voters, and yeah, so I'm a third year, I guess a little bit about myself. I'm a third year mechanical engineering student here at Lake State. And yeah, so thanks.
Well, it's a privilege to have you here, and we appreciate having input from the student body, and certainly you're welcome to come to every meeting. We meet on the first and third Mondays of the month, so thanks for being here, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Whoops, wrong button. Item B, proclamations and recognitions. There are none this evening. So we'll move on to item C, which is public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak to any agenda item this evening? If you could give us your name and which agenda item. I see Mark raised his hand there.
Hi.
Yes, Mark Miners. I'd like to speak on item G5.
All right, Mark Miners, item G5. All right, thank you. We'll call you when you get to that item, Mark. Anybody else in the audience like to speak to any agenda items? Yes, says Rachel's iPhone.
Yep, that is me. Hi, I'm Rachel Humph. I'm the mother of Brandon Steffi. I'd like also to recognize G5 if I could, please.
Certainly can. Thank you for coming. We
Thank you.
will call you when we get to that item.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak? Susan?
Yes, I don't know what number it is, but I wanted to speak about the Hometown Heroes project.
That's G5, Susan.
Okay.
Well, thank you. We'll call you when we get to that item. All right, anybody else in the audience? I'll flip to the second page here to see if we see anybody. Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak to any agenda items this evening?
I do. This is Nancy Moher.
Okay, Nancy?
I also want to speak about the Hometown Heroes banner, whatever.
Okay, G5, Nancy. We'll got you noted, and we'll give you a call when that item is up for discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak to any of the agenda items? Okay, it looks like we've got 4 people that would like to speak to item G5. So we will move on to item D, which is the consent agenda. Jen looks like she's ready to roll.
All right. Thanks. Under the consent agenda, item 1, approval of city commission meeting minutes of October 5th, 2020. Item 2, acceptance of the airport advisory board meeting minutes of September 10th, 2020. Item 3, acceptance of the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority meeting minutes of September 8, 2020. Item 4, acceptance of the Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes of September 8th, 2020. Item 5, acceptance of the Local Development Finance Authority meeting minutes of May 21st. Item 6, acceptance of the Tax Increment Authority Unit 3 meeting minutes of June 9th, 2020. Item 7, consideration of a resolution authorizing the purchase of 6 months of generic time from MERS by Kevin Mayer at a cost of $8,242, with the employee paying 100% of the estimated actuarial costs. Item 8, consideration of a private use agreement for purposes of constructing a private driveway in the unimproved right-of-ways of West 20th Avenue, Davitt Street, and East-West alleys of Marshall's Addition. Item 9, consideration of a private use agreement for purposes of constructing a private driveway in the unimproved north-south alley between West 17th and West 18th Avenue, east of Ashman Street. Item 10, approval of consent agenda items as presented.
Thank you very much. Is there any commissioner that would like one of the items removed for further explanation, or would you like anything further explained on any of the items? Commissioner Miller.
I was wondering if I could get an explanation of number 7, please.
Sure. Deputy City Manager Troyer, number 7.
Number 7 is the purchase of generic time by an employee, and the employee pays 100% of the purchase of that time. So in this case, the employee is purchasing 6 months of time, and they're paying the 100% of the estimated cost as determined by MERS. And this is a policy that was adopted by the City Commission back in July of 2006.
Thank you, Robin.
You're welcome.
All set, Commissioner?
No, Your Honor. Could I have that removed so I can get more information on that, please?
Yeah, we certainly could. If Deputy City Manager, do you have enough information to?
I would just ask Commissioner Miller, what additional information would you be looking for with that request?
I guess I just don't understand completely what it is. I'm sorry.
So under the policy that was adopted by the City Commission back in 2006, it allows employees to purchase 5 years of generic time. And MERS does the actuarial cost on it, and that's included in the packet and determines what of that. And then the employer pays 100% of that cost.
Arizona for the President of the United States.
You gotta mute
Somebody-
everybody, Robin.
Yep. If everybody could please mute their microphones, we're getting a little feedback. Thank you. Commissioner Collins.
Yeah, so basically my understanding of that is that it allows them to buy 5 years of generic time so they can retire earlier, correct?
Correct.
So,
Commissioner Miller, sorry.
Answer my question completely. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Robin.
Okay, anybody else have any questions about any of the other items? Commissioner Twardy is unmuted.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments before we take a roll call vote? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Baspas-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Twardy,
Yes.
Mayor Gary.
Yes. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Item E, special orders of business. We have none this evening. Item F, communications, none. Moving on into G, business items. Deputy City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Under the first agenda item is consideration of appraisal services for 2 active tribunal cases. As the commission might recall, at the last meeting, you approved a similar appraisal services for 5 active tribunal cases. And since then, we've received 2 additional notices. One is from O'Reilly and the other one is from Jamercy LLC, which is the former Tex Optic building. So these 2 appraisal services are in addition to the 5 that the commission approved at the last meeting, bringing our total tribunal cases to 7. So the recommended action would be to authorize the city manager to sign the contract for appraisal services with Anderson Appraisal at a cost not to exceed $12,000. It was bid and they were the low bidder for this service. And it would also a motion to amend the budget for the assessor's contracted service to increase their budget accordingly to $12,000.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager. And we'll go through the roll call to see any questions that we have. So Commissioner Baker, any questions or comments?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Baspas-Rath?
I'm all set. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Collins?
Just a comment. So last meeting, we approved 24,000 and approved the budget for 24,000. So along with the 12, now we're gonna have a total of 36,000 in it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All set?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Commissioner Talentino?
Yes, I'm all set, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Twardy?
Just wanted to make a comment. I wanted to thank Taylor Worsham for her nice article in the Sioux Evening News about the last meeting and about the budget impact that this will bring. Not that it means a whole lot, but apparently we got nationwide press in the IAAO or IOAA, I think it is, the International Organization of American Assessors. So I guess we just need to keep talking about this and keep enlightening people, and maybe eventually the state legislature will fix it and figure it out, and the constituents need to know how this impacts us at a local level and how it impacts them. So I just wanted to say thank you to Taylor for the article.
Good comments. Thank you, Commissioner. Too bad that adjectives get mentioned, but certainly we're not happy about this. And here we are with 7 properties in the Michigan Tax Tribunal with a entire tax loss of over $50,000. And that is taking these big businesses and it's shoving the tax liability and responsibility to all the individual homeowners and also to the small business owners, and putting the burden on their backs while the big box stores are enjoying the increased volume because they haven't had the restrictions throughout this COVID period. And it's really is a travesty, but our task here is to approve the appraisal services so that we can come to an agreed upon price at the tax tribunal. So I'm certainly not happy about any of this. It impacts our kids, it impacts students, it impacts seniors, it impacts veterans, it impacts the recycle center, it impacts the library millage, it impacts everybody. So think of that next time you're throwing your money at a big box store. So Commissioner Baker, would you like to make the motion?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the city manager to sign a contract for their appraisal services with the Anderson Appraisal Service with no cost to exceed $12,000.
Support.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baskus-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Twardy,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Commissioner Baker, the second portion.
Make a motion to purchase 2 floor center units
Whoop.
from
No,
Oh
Think
shoot,
of
I'm on.
one.
I already jumped, didn't I? Sorry. You
I
know
was doing that
me,
last week.
always gotta go fast. Motion to amend the budget for assessor's contract services with an increase in the amount of $12,000.
Support.
So moved and supported. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Twardy,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Baskus-Rath.
Yes.
And that motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Item G, business items number 2.
All right, under item 2 is consideration to waive the bidding process and approve the purchase of 2 FlowDAR flow sensor units. As the commission might recall, this started back in the mid-90s when the city undertook a major sewer separation. And this is a mandatory requirement. It's necessary as part of our NPDES permitting. So we're experiencing some elevated flows during rain events or thaw events. So as part of our plan that we developed to monitor the system, there'll be 4 main collection points in the system that will sensor the flows. We already have 2 of the FlowDAR sensors, and we're looking for the commission's authorization to purchase 2 more of the FlowDAR. And the reason we would want to go with the similar equipment that we already have is that the staff is already trained. They're familiar with the equipment and the setup, and they're familiar with the data collection. So having the 4 compatible units in the system to monitor this will help figure out where the infiltration is and to make adjustments in the system as needed. So the recommendation before the commission would be a motion to suspend the competitive bidding process for the purchase, since the supplier is a sole source provider of the flow measuring units. And then the second motion would be a motion to authorize the purchase of 2 FlowDAR flow sensors from Midwest Municipal Instruments in the amount of $23,875.64.
Okay, we'll go through the roll call to see if any of the commissioners have any questions for Robin or for Dave or for Kirk, who are on the line as well. On the flow. That's one of those say it fast words, I guess. So we'll start with Commissioner Bosbus-Rath. Any questions or comments?
I'm all set. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Collins?
Just a comment. I just want to let the public know that we've got this on our sheet, but it is the amount is budgeted underneath the WWTP equipment line item, and we have $28,000 budgeted in there. So this isn't outside of our budget that we have already approved for this year.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Miller, any questions or comments?
Yes, where did Commissioner Collins get the $28,000 budgeted amount?
It's on the line that says fiscal impact. So when you look at your document, it says public content background. Go below that, it says fiscal impact. And then the fiscal impact gives you a paragraph that tells you where the money's budgeted.
It just says yes, Commissioner.
No, further down.
It doesn't say anything about $28,000. It says fiscal impact, yes. Dollar amount, $23,875. I'm just wondering where that $28,000 came from.
I don't know what you're looking at, but on mine, you've got the background and then you got the fiscal impact. It says open channel sewer flow meters are already budgeted under WWTP equipment line item 592-67977-545 in the amount of $28,000 under the 2019-2020 fiscal year capital budget.
Am I looking at something you're not looking at, or am I not with you, Commissioner?
I'm looking at the agenda. So
there are two places that say fiscal impact. One is near the top that Commissioner Miller is looking at. And then if he were to scroll down further into the public content where there's narrative, there's another fiscal impact, and that's where Commissioner Collins is looking.
Oh, okay, I see it.
yeah, you see it, Shane? So you're looking at the top part, just scroll down a little bit.
I just wonder why the difference, that's all.
Well, it is a fiscal impact because we're spending money, so that's yes. And then it tells you where the money's coming from.
It's farther down in the narrative, Commissioner. It's the second highlighted, bolded title under fiscal impact down at the bottom.
I see it now, Your Honor. Thank you,
Okay.
Commissioner Collins.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Talentino, any questions or comments?
No, I'm good with this, Your Honor. I mean, we've waived the procedure for a fire department for familiarity of different features and different things, so I'm good with this.
Thank you. Commissioner Tuarty?
No comments, no questions. Thank you.
Commissioner Baker?
No, thank you. I'm good.
All right, Commissioner Bosbus-Rath, would you like to make the motions? And the first motion is required to be unanimous since we're waiving our bidding process.
Okay, I've got motion to suspend the competitive bidding process for the purchase since the supplier is a sole source provider of the flow measuring units.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? A roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Tuarty,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Bosbus-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Commissioner Bosbus-Rath.
And a motion to purchase 2 FlowDAR flow sensor units from Midwest Municipal Instrumentation Incorporated in the amount of $23,875.64.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments on this motion? A roll call, please.
Commissioner Talentino,
We
Yes.
saw the yes.
Commissioner Tuarty,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Bosbus-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Motion also passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Under item G, business items, number 3, Deputy City Manager Troyer.
Thank you. Item 3 is consideration of water utility assistance program funding. This is under Senate Bill 690, and Finance Director Collins and Water Director Toos has been working diligently on this utility assistance program. So this is where 25 million was appropriated to help provide residential utility relief for water and wastewater utilities for those that were impacted by COVID-19. The state has partnered us with Wayne Metropolitan Community Action Agency. We are a pass-through of these funds, and the Community Action Agency determines the eligibility of those participants in the program, and the state makes the payments to the municipality for the eligible participants. There are some frequently asked questions noted in the attachments to the commission about the program, and as well as the approval letter for the city's participation. We had 83 eligible residents totaling $11,057.98. So the and Finance Director Collins and Water Director Toes is on as well if the commission has any additional questions about the assistance program funding. So before the commission, there will be a motion to accept the water utility assistance program funding and apply the funds received to eligible water customers and amend the budget in the sewer and water fund to account for this grant revenue and expense.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager Troyer. Commissioner Collins, do you have any questions or comments on this item?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Miller?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a great program. I'm glad we've got these funds available. I would be proud to make this motion when you're done.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Talentino?
All set, Your Honor. Thank you.
Commissioner Twardy?
I'm just curious to find out, I think it's a great program. I'm excited that we did apply for this. I'm just curious to find out, how did we find out which residents qualified? Did we reach out to them, or was it just through residents who had not paid their bills since COVID began?
Good question.
So we went through our history report from the time period that was specified from March 1 through August 31st. And the Community Action Agency actually makes the eligibility determination of which participants would be eligible for the funding. And we're just the pass-through agency on that.
Okay, okay. It's kind of like what our local agency does too, but we got hooked up with the Detroit one. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker, any questions or comments?
No, sir, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Bosworth-Rath?
No, I just think this is great and much needed, so thank you.
Thank you. I echo the sentiments of all the commission. Thank you very much to the administration for all the work that they put into this. This certainly is something that will benefit some needy members of our community, and as a side effect, makes us whole on some delinquent accounts as well. So nice job to the administration. Commissioner Miller, you said you'd like to make this motion.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Motion to accept water utility assistance program funding and apply funds received to eligible water customer accounts and amend the budget in the sewer and water fund to account for this grant revenue and expense.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments before we have a roll call vote? A roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Twardy?
Yes.
Mayor Gary?
Yes.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Bosworth-Rath?
Yes.
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino?
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Under G, business items, number 4, Deputy City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 4 is consideration of a budget amendment for the DDA rental rehab project. And this is associated with the Kalia rental rehab project for the 6 rental units that were constructed down on Portage Avenue. This is a housekeeping item to bring the budget in line with the project closeout. So the original budget that was established for the project was $725,900, and the project actually ended at $850,700. The additional funds, $512,700 was funded by the MEDC grant, and the remaining balance, the $338,000, was from owner contributions. So this is merely just a housekeeping item to bring the budget in line with the actual project cost, so we can close out the budget on this end. And so the motion would be that the commission increase the budget for this project to $850,700 with the contributions from MEDC grant and the owner contribution as outlined in the motion.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager. Commissioner Collins, any questions or comments?
Just a question. Do we know why the costs increased? What caused it?
I know they had some issues with the roof. I think initially in the project, and I don't know if this is what's contributing to the whole cost, but the roof was going to be repaired and it ended up needing to be replaced. And then I think there were some additional costs with the windows.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Miller, any questions or comments?
So just piggybacking on what Commissioner Collins said then, what was the extra expense to the owners?
The extra expense to the owners was $338,000 was owner contribution, and $512,700 was MEDC grant.
I understand that, Robin. Thank you very much. But what did they think their cost was going to be? What did the owners think their cost was going to be?
Well, the original project budget was $725,900. So there was an increase, $125,000 over what the original budget was.
And the owners were okay with that? Everything was, they're all right with everything?
Yep. The owners were okay with it. They agreed to it and moved forward with the project. And this is just a housekeeping to close out the project and bring the budget in line with that.
Thank you so much for your answers.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Talentino, any questions or comments?
No, thank you, Your Honor. I'm all set.
Thank you, Commissioner Schwarty.
Just a quick thank you to the Kalias. I know this is just housekeeping, but whenever they come in front of us, I think it's always amazes me how much money these business owners are spending in our community and improving their buildings. And it is 6 beautiful apartments, which I know are already rented, and people are going to have great views of downtown. So thanks so much to Bob Jr. and Misty Kalia for completing this project.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Baker, any questions or comments?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of Commissioner Torty, thank you to the Kalias for investing in our community and our old historic buildings, and they look absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to see people living in there and right above downtown.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Bosbus-Rath, any questions or comments?
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay. It is a great project, and had the opportunity to walk through it, and it looks awesome. So good job to the Cleas and their contractors, and certainly thank you to MEDC for their participation. So Commissioner Collins, would you like to make this motion?
Sure. Motion to increase the budget of this project up to $850,700 with $512,700 funded by the MEDC grant and $338,000 from the owner contributions.
Support.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments before we have a roll call vote? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Basbas-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Twardy.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Now under G, business items, item number 5, and I don't know, Deputy City Manager, do you have an introduction or will we move right to, in this instance, we usually would move chairs a little bit, but Commissioner Abby Baker is going to become civilian Abby Baker and has a request in front of the commission, not as a commissioner, but as a private citizen. So, Abby, would you like to roll ahead?
Yeah, sure. First, I just want to state again that I'm coming to you all as a business owner and not as a commissioner. And I'm coming to you as the owner and founder of History of Hometown Heroes. And I'd like to do a little business with the city. History of Hometown Heroes is asking that the commission vote to give the city manager authorization to enter into a contract with History of Hometown Heroes. We are asking nothing of the city other than permission to hang brackets and our veteran banners on city lamp poles while also being able to install and maintain them. Also, according to our current banner policy as it stands, any brackets that we hang becomes the city's property. However, our program is unlike any other banner program. It's not 10 banners for restaurant week for a couple weeks. We have 420 veterans proudly honored throughout our main streets for at least 2 more years. And the city of Sault Ste. Marie has no need for 420 brackets over the program when the program's over. Therefore, History of Hometown Heroes, we're asking that all brackets remain our property after the program is over. However, when it is over and we're done with it here in Sault Ste. Marie, we will leave 50 brackets free of charge for the city, which should be sufficient for the downtown and for the city's needs. Maintenance is essential for this program as we want to obviously respect the condition of these banners as it shows respect to the veterans, their families, and not to mention having everything look uniform and pristine for our downtown main streets. As far as maintenance goes, Mr. Fountain and the DPW crew have been amazing to work with, and we really appreciate all their efforts. We know the DPW is very busy with major work throughout our city, recently more so than ever. We've had issues with banners being damaged from the wind. The DPW doesn't have time to drop everything they're doing to go fix a banner blowing in the wind, but we at History of Hometown Heroes, we do have the time, and with us maintaining the banners, it will help alleviate the overextension of the DPW. As you can see from the photos that we provided, the damage that occurs from the wind in our area, the Community Foundation and History of Hometown Heroes would like to purchase new banner saver brackets, and I want to say thank you to Dave Taylor. He's here on the Zoom meeting from Britain to answer any questions you may have regarding the brackets. These are amazing heavy-duty brackets with springs so that as the wind catches the banner, it bends, saving the banner from severe weathering. I don't know if, Robin, can you play the wind tunnel test for the commissioners and the rest of the?
Yep, I'm going to try that.
It's a really cool video to.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as the wind picks up, the springs bend it, and as you can see, it bends the banner, so it really saves it from weathering. I mean, had the Community Foundation seen these prior to doing the initial program, no doubt that these would be our brackets. What we have right now are probably the cheapest of the cheap, bottom line. History of Hometown Heroes is asking to enter in a contract for 6 years with the city of Sault Ste. Marie. As it stands right now, we have 176 people on the waiting list. to get banners, which is an amazing problem to have for our population size, and to have that many veterans recognized is again a problem we should be very proud to have. Moving forward, the program will be in 2-year cycles instead of the 3. That's why I'm asking for a 6-year contract. This will allow us to have the ability to do at least at the very minimum 3 more rounds, or until the community members lose interest. This will give everybody hopefully an opportunity to participate in this amazing program. The banner saver brackets are, as you can see, very heavy duty compared to what we have. And with that, they will be a significant investment for the Community Foundation and History Hometown Heroes, but yet they're worth every penny, and they are superior compared to what we have now, and which will help with the maintenance, as we will hopefully for sure have lower maintenance with these brackets. The Community Foundation at this point has some funds left over from the last round of banners. They would like to purchase some of these brackets with what they have immediately, so we can replace them before our winter, and mainly put them in our main problem areas where we're having those window areas, like by the CC Hall, really south of Ashman Bridge is pretty bad. A few areas down on the lower part of Ashman as well. So replacing those, and at least in those problem areas, and that will help us get through another a winter with them. Without the support from the City Commission and the City Administration, the Community Foundation will have to take the banners down for this winter, as the brackets we have now, especially in the high wind areas, there's no way that they will stand another Sault Ste. Marie winter, which would be extremely disappointing, as our History Hometown Heroes mobile app is finally completed, which is super exciting. I have it on my phone. You'll be able to download it here in a couple weeks on yours. It's a mobile app that's interactive, educational, and it's a walkable tour. We collect biographies of each of the veterans and associate them with our mobile app. The barcode will be at eye level on the lamppost. Tourist downloads the app for only 99 cents, scans the barcode, and you'll instantly hear the audio biography of the story of the veteran that's hanging above you on the lamppost. So not only is this a history lesson of our local legends, if you will, and but it is a walkable tour down our main street, right down our local businesses. Another exciting part of the mobile app is that the Chippewa County Community Foundation will receive 3 cents of every app download for as long as I'm in business. So as whether somebody downloads the app in Washington State or in Rudyard or Pickford, the Community Foundation will get 3 cents of every download that will go into a fund that will hopefully fully support a community center in downtown Sault Ste. Marie that services youth, elderly, and vets. So the History of Hometown Heroes program will continue to give back to its hometown and its birthplace as long as we're in business. So it's pretty exciting. With Veterans Day right around the corner and the mobile app finally come to fruition, after a lot of hard work and financial investment, it's a perfect time to launch. This is why I'm asking you for your vote tonight to give the city manager authorization to enter into a contract with History of Hometown Heroes, as we'd like to have a ribbon cutting as we're a new chamber member, and launch the app for its veterans on November 11th. If Community Foundation does have to take the banners down for the winter, we won't be able to launch the app. It sets everything back, and this is something that our veterans and their families have been waiting and looking forward to. So this is why I wanted to bring it before the commission tonight. History of Hometown Heroes, we're really proud to be founded here in Sault Ste. Marie. I am so proud of my hometown and its veterans, and my goal for this business long term is to expand across the country and honor as many veterans as we can. All while Sault Ste. Marie being History of Hometown Heroes headquarters. I've already hired 1 local employee, Devin Hartman, and I will need to hire more in the near future. In addition, I'm also working with other businesses like All Star Graphics and UP Hauling and Disposal. So History of Hometown Heroes for creating jobs within our community, as well as doing business with other local businesses. We've gotten recognition from across the country, from Tennessee to Wisconsin, Florida, and the craziest of all so far, has been from Everson, Washington State, like literally parallel across from Sault Ste. Marie across the country. So, oh shoot, I lost my spot, sorry. And we also just finished in our outlanding communities. We just finished selling in Rudyard. Their banners will go up around Veterans Day, and we just signed an agreement with Pittsburgh Township as well, and we'll start selling banners as there. This program, it has had such an impact here in Sault Ste. Marie. It has brought people together and has allowed us to share in the amazing stories of our local veterans and given families a really special, unique way to honor the service and the sacrifice of their loved ones. The overwhelming sense of pride felt as I watched friends, families, and veterans and themselves see their banner as something I'll never forget, and I'm truly grateful for being a part of. There have been awe-inspiring stories, victories, and tragedies, and countless acts of love for our country and our families fought right here in our hometown through this program. It's just amazing to be able to share those stories to our younger generations. In my opinion, it's been a home run for Sault Ste. Marie, and I would love to see the program continue to grow right here in a place I'm very proud to call home. These stories supersede anything I've ever read in any book, and again, I feel like they need to be shared with everyone. The program has potential, in my opinion, to put Sault Ste. Marie on the map on a national level for doing something that's very new, unique, progressive, and really unprecedented. There's nothing like it anywhere in the country. The program's brought our community and our families together in a way that I've never seen. It's powerful, it's emotional, it's impactful, it's educational, and our veterans in our community support it 100%. The History of Hometown Heroes program has made our community shine in the most meaningful and positive, special way, and has been tremendously impactful to our community and its visitors. So my hope is tonight the City Commission and the City Administration acknowledge how special the program is and make a statement that you will support, get behind it, and be proud of History of Hometown Heroes and its program like our community and its veterans have, and make a motion to authorize the manager to enter a contract with us once it is finalized by the city attorney. With the commission and administration support, there is no doubt in my mind that History of Hometown Heroes will continue to honor our local vets in the most unique way, create jobs, and continue to give back to the place we're so very proud to call home, right here in the Sioux. So thank you for your consideration. Dave from Britain is here to answer any questions you may have regarding the brackets. Also, my attorney from Varnum Law, Zach is here. Thanks, Zach, for coming. Thank you, Dave. And that's it. Sorry, I rather read it than get off track.
Thank you, Abby Baker, CEO and founder of History of Hometown Heroes. And I think before we go to the commission, we will ask those in the audience that reserve time to make their statements. So first up was Mark Miners. If you could unmute, and there you go.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. My name is Mark Miners. I served 22 years with the U.S. Army, spending my last year in Iraq, and retired in 2003. And what happens when somebody retires or ends their tour of service with the military, you slowly lose that pride that you had while you were serving. And with the Hometown Hero banners, every time you walk by your banner, that pride comes right back to you. And not only to yourself, but to your family. Your family sees you up there. Your friends see you up there. The community sees you up there. You're recognized within your community. Nobody ever joins the military to be recognized. But with this program, you really are. And it really is really makes you proud, you know, to be in this community and to have a community that's going to have your banner flying and your story being told. And I really would like the city manager, the deputy manager, the mayor, all the commissioners to get behind this program, because we'd really hate to have this thing flourish throughout the country and then lose it where it began. So I ask all of you to support this program with Hometown Heroes. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your comments, Mark, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Next, Rachel,
Hi.
trying to find you. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yep. My name is Rachel Humph. I am the mother of Army Specialist Brandon K. Steffi, who we lost in this month, almost 11 years ago. All I would like to say is how important I feel that this project is and how much it means to me personally and my family. The biggest reason is it keeps my son's memory alive. Like I said, it's going to be 11 years this Sunday that Brandon's been gone, and this community has been so generous and so supportive of him, along with just from the get-go. When, as far as it came to having his funeral, it was such a heartfelt feeling. It was a great feeling for me personally. And like I say, with these banners, it makes me so proud that this project was even originated here in my hometown too. And I feel it's a great honor to be a part of such a thing. And I just hope that the city commission and the city administration do continue to support and recognize how special the program is, not only to this zoo, but like I say, myself personally. Thank you for your time. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support and love that the community gave me and continues to.
Thanks for your comments, Rachel, and of course for your son's ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you.
And Susan, are you there? Yep. Whoops, Susan, you're muted. There you go.
Work?
Yep.
Okay. My name's Susan Puska. I'm retired Army, and I really appreciate this program because it gave me a chance to honor my entire family. We were all a family of veterans. My mother, my father, and my brother who died of Agent Orange related cancer. But more importantly, what I thought was what I think is important about this program is that it's cross-generational. So it's my family served in Vietnam and World War II. I served during the Cold War. And when I walk down the streets, I see younger people who have served in all the wars. And to me, it shows the service that Sault Ste. Marie and the area around Sault Ste. Marie has really given to this country, and that it's alive. It's not something that is gone, passed by. So I think that having that where you can walk down Portage and Ashman and other parts of the city, it's really a unique. I don't know if you appreciate how wonderful of a program this is and how it has, like Abby said, it's brought people together. I know that I encourage through this program family members and friends, and they dug out copies of records, and they researched their parents, and they discovered things that they didn't know before. So I really hope you continue this program. I thank you for what you've done so far to promote this program and support it, but I just hope you will continue it so that more people can put up banners and enjoy it, and people can visit the Sioux and see that Sault Ste. Marie values their veterans. A lot of people talk about how they appreciate their veterans, how thank you for your service, but you visibly have something in that town that really shows that you do appreciate veterans. So I hope you'll continue it. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for your comments, and thank you for your service also. Nancy. Let's see, is Nancy available?
Okay.
Okay.
I got. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to say, as a citizen, and I am an avid walker, and I walk up and down Ashma all the time, that these banners are just amazing. I have purchased for myself, for my family members. My father is one that got damaged, so we had to fix it. So it's important that you people get behind Abby and support her. And, you know, the same with everybody else. My feelings are the same. So I think it's just an amazing program. And thank you, Abby, and all your workers and helpers that have helped you with this. And hopefully you will keep it going, and for our younger people to see all the veterans they have in Sault Ste. Marie. So.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to the commission. We'll start with Commissioner Talentino. Any comments?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great program that Abby has going on, you know, with the Hometown Heroes. I met with her about a week ago. We chatted about this, her as a civilian, so to speak, and myself as a commissioner. I think it's a great idea. And like I told her in this meeting, as long as we can get everything worked out, union-wise, you know, state trunk road, as long as we can get all this stuff handled, I'm in full support of it. So that's all I had, Your Honor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Tuarte?
Yeah, just a few comments. I'm also in support of allowing the Hometown Heroes group and Abby take this on, as long as we can work out all the logistics. Having a tourist shop down on Portage Street, I do hear a lot of comments about the banners, and people can't get over, they're just always surprised and shocked and pleased with the amount of support that we have for our veterans. And I always give Abby and the Community Foundation all the credit, and they've done a great job. It really has taken over the city, and everywhere you go in town, you do get an opportunity to see these. And sometimes when I see family, like 5 family members in a row, there is one spot down on Portage Street. It's generation after generation, and so many people within one family who have given sacrifice to this country. It's very proud to see. So logistically, if we work this entire thing out, I'm in support of allowing Abby to take this over, and it just really makes sense to me.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Bosbus-Rath.
Yeah, I too am in full support of this. I think Abby has gone above and beyond. I get choked up, and it's great.
You are your father's daughter.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
You all missed this, didn't you? So,
It's up underneath the deck.
thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Can't get any more support than that, eh, Abby? Commissioner Collins, any comments?
I'm not quite
I
sure.
click on mute here. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think this is a wonderful program. I love the fact that, you know, a lot of times we get the credit for it as the city and the commission, when really we basically just gave as much support as we possibly could to start with. So I'm really happy with the way that the project has gone and the way that it honors our veterans. I definitely think that, you know, some of the people have stated the cross-generational. I mean, I think it's definitely a good thing to show our younger people in our community what we've sacrificed and what our fathers and grandfathers and mothers and sisters and grandmothers have sacrificed for us to live in the society we live today. But you know, the other side of it is it beautifies downtown, and it doesn't cost us anything on the commission level. So that's a beautiful thing in my mind as well. Beautify the city and no cost.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you, Commissioner Bosbus-Rath. I wasn't going to tear up until you teared up. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This is a wonderful program. Kudos to the Community Foundation, Commissioner Baker. The first thing I want to say is I'm sorry, Commissioner Baker. You called me about 9 or 10 days ago. I was under the weather. I was sick. I did not meet with you. I see on the computer that you did not meet with Commissioner Tuarte or myself. I apologize for that. This is a wonderful program. My brother was in the military for 25 years. His banner is in front of the Downtowner lounge bar. One of the things I really enjoy most is walking around and looking at these banners. And of course, when I get to my brother's, I get a little choked up. I think the city commission needs to do whatever they can to help you. If this is what you need, I think we should give you whatever you need. Ever since this program started, though, I have one concern, and it's the concern about advertising. If you can take your smartphone and get a what do I want to say? You want to get
Mobile
a
app. Mobile
well, you
app.
want to get a story about your. I know the story about my brother, but I love walking it down, and I'm like, I would love to hear all the stories about these wonderful veterans that gave their lives. A lot of them are still alive, but they gave their lives to help us. But I'm not in favor of any kind of advertising. If there's something where you get 50 cents off a cup of coffee, or you get something, I don't think veterans.
No, it's not necessarily like that. What will happen as the app evolves, we want it to be an educational, fun,
Sure.
interactive tour that everyone from your mother, your grandmother to young kids can
Sure.
play, or not play, but participate in. So as they're, think of like a geocache Pokemon type thing. So every 50th scan, there'll be, oh, you just got a free coffee here, or 10% off there. It's more.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Baker. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry.
Well,
and I apologize to you immensely, because you reached out to me a couple of times, and I didn't have my meeting with you because of my illness. I'm very, very sorry. I think your program is wonderful. I think you've done a great thing, and I support you 100%. I don't support any type of advertising.
Well, I'll explain more of that later. We can chat. It's not going to go how you think. And more money, as the business grows, and the more we do, the long-term goal is to continue not only to give back to our hometown of Sault Ste. Marie, but also to veterans and programs throughout the country. So that's our main goal, 100%. So.
As far as advertising, I'm very sorry that I put you on the spot tonight. I should have had my meeting with you, and because of my sickness, I'm very sorry that I didn't meet with you. But I think your program is wonderful, and I support it 100%. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner Miller, and I think everything that could be said was said, but it is a great program, Abby, and we appreciate it, and I think the banners look excellent downtown, and I really appreciate your enthusiasm and commitment, and this community is very deep rooted in service and military service, so it is a great tribute to our military veterans, and I think everybody is in concurrence that they appreciate this program, and what we would be looking for is a motion to approve in concept this agreement and authorize the city manager to negotiate and execute a contract with History of Hometown Heroes. So
I'll make that
did I
motion.
get that correct? Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Collins. It's been moved.
I'll support that, Your Honor.
Okay, it has been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments in regard to the motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Basbas-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Twardy,
Yes.
Mayor Gary.
Yes. Motion was unanimously approved. Thank you very much, Abby.
Thank you. I really appreciate everything. And if all goes well and things go fast, we will be doing the ribbon cutting. And I'd like to invite city administration and the city commission to come November 11th down. We'll be doing it right in front of Maloney's, and then afterwards, some snacks and stuff inside. So hope everybody can come and it all works out.
Yeah.
Maybe we will have no wind this year since you bought the nice spring brackets, right?
That's usually how my luck goes. So I appreciate Dave too and Zach attending the meeting from Grand Rapids and Traverse City respectively. So thanks guys, I appreciate it. Sorry.
Thank you. Commissioner Miller, you had your hand up.
I just wanted to thank Commissioner Baker for everything she's done for this program. I realized when you contacted me, you said that you're just a private citizen, just want to, but Commissioner Baker, what a wonderful program you've done, and keep it up. Please keep it up. I support you 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on into city manager announcements and updates. And looks like there is one from the deputy city manager. And I think also she's going to give us a little update on election time.
Yeah, thank you. So the first item under the city manager's announcement and update is City Manager Chapman provided a policy for donations. And so he intends to have this on the first meeting in November, but he wanted to get it out to the commission ahead of time so you have an opportunity to review it and provide any feedback that you may have on the policy. So if you have any feedback, again, he is out this week. Feel free to shoot them to me and I'll make sure that he gets them when he returns, or if you want to email him directly, that'll work as well. The next is an update on the upcoming general election. We're about 2 weeks out. If you have an absentee ballot that you're still holding on to, get them back turned in here. You can send them through the mail, drop them off in person, or we do have a drop box that is on the back side of City Hall. It is a drive up. It is a secured location for those ballots, and the drop box is open 24/7, 365 days a year. So we encourage residents to use that as a resource. Shout out to our local postal carriers. They are working very diligent to turn the ballots around and get them out and get them back into us. So we do appreciate their efforts. Again, election day is November 3rd. The polls open at 7. They close at 8. We are in our new super precinct up at Lake Superior State University in the James Norris Center, back in the Student Athletic Center. We rolled out our first election there in August and it worked out very well. We got some positive feedback. We have a lot of room, plenty of space to social distance. It's very nice to have all of the precincts in one location, especially for me. So I'm not speeding across town when there's an issue that arises. So I'd like to also recognize all of our election inspectors. We had a phenomenal turnout with individuals looking to work this election. So we appreciate all of those that were willing to work the presidential election, especially during this time. I'd like to thank Lake Superior State University for their partnership and allowing us to have our precincts up there. So again, 2 weeks, presidential election. If you have an AV ballot, get it turned in. If you want to check the status of your AV ballot, you can go to michigan.gov/vote and you can check the status of your AV ballot. And those AV ballots, we've had a tremendous turnout. We're pushing 3,000 AV ballots for this election, which is more than we have ever seen. Our typical AV turnout would be about 500. You know, presidential, we may be pushing 1,000, so 3,000 is historic for us. So we do have an AV counting board, and that AV counting board will be here at City Hall in the City Commission chambers, and that's where the AVs will be processed on election day. So any question, reach out to the city clerk's office. Jen, who is my deputy city clerk, is on, and Erica Gordon is the office coordinator. We're all happy to answer any questions the public may have about election day. So thank you.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager. It looks like Commissioner Baker has a question.
Actually, just a comment. I just wanted to say amazing job to Robin and her crew, because my best friend, Robin Stites, is actually the Robin Troyer, but down in Ingham County. And I know what she does. And I think they did 27,000. I mean, she sent me pictures, stuffing pallets it's just an insane amount of work. And so great job and everything you do. And you'll be ready for vacation, I'm sure, closer to Thanksgiving though. But yeah, thanks for all your hard work.
Comments. As frustrated as we get by all the campaign stuff, Robin and the rest of the city clerks certainly do a heck of a job during that time period. It's amazing, the commitment. Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to pre-thank Erica, Jen, Robin. You guys you're going to have your hands full, even though you've already set your absentee ballots, but the rest of it. When we first went from the precincts to a super precinct, I was a little, I want to say the right word. I was a little apprehensive, I guess. And in August when I went there, I just think it's wonderful. You got lots of room. You're not running all over town taking care of problems, whatever. But I know you're going to have your hands full with this presidential election. And thank you, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you guys you don't make enough money. We don't have any more money to give you, but you don't make enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
Could have stopped you. Thank you.
Yeah. Why didn't you speak up?
Any other questions or comments for Deputy City Manager Troyer? All right. Well, thank you very much. And you've been pre-thanked. Moving on to item I, matters presented by the public. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments before the City Commission this evening? You can have up to 3 minutes. Just speak your mind. So if you wanted to unmute and let us know your name and where your residence is, we would entertain any comments at this time. So any matters presented by the public, this is your opportunity to speak to the City Commission.
I would just like to say thank you again for having me here. And if any of you ever have any questions or comments about the goings on at Lake Superior State, feel free to reach out to me. I will hopefully be able to answer any questions for you or direct you to resources where you can find answers. So thank you again.
Great. Thank you very much, Isaac. We look forward to having you in attendance. Appreciate it.
Are we going to get Isaac's email address?
I have it. I can share it. I have Leaf. What was the other gentleman's name? So
Mitchell, Leaf Mitchell.
Yes, there you go. So we can get those contact information out for you.
Thank you.
All right, so moving on to item J, matters that are presented by the City Commission. Any commissioners? Kathy, or Commissioner Twardy, sorry. Your finger was right above your name.
Yeah. I was wishing that Joel Amo was going to be here from Community Action Agency, but I'm pretty proud to announce that collaboration between the City of Sault Ste. Marie and Community Action Agency. We now have a new Sioux loop on our Dial-A-Ride program bus. And so there are 2 loops that you can do. You can do the east loop or you can do the west loop, and they run every 30 minutes through town. Very convenient way. We have a regular bus schedule now, just like a big city. So it's pretty exciting. There are regular drop-offs. If you want to get more information, you can go onto their Facebook page under Sault Ste. Marie Dial-A-Ride. The rates are $1 for senior citizens, disabled, and students. General public is $2, and children under 6 with an adult is free. So it's a great opportunity if you don't feel like driving, or you have a hard time getting around, or you've been down at Maloney's maybe for a little bit too long and you need to get home safely. You can take the bus, and it's a great way, even for our students, to get back and forth to Meyer. So I'm really excited to announce that. I think Joel's done a great job, and he's been really giving Robin a lot of accolades. He claims she's like amazing to work with, but he's very bright young man. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen with our transportation services within Sault Ste. Marie moving forward.
Well, thanks for that information, Commissioner. I saw the loop on the side of the bus there and wondered what it was. And I like the looks of the new bus. And I know that I was able to use dial-a-ride services for quite a while with my father, and really is a godsend. So it's an underutilized service, I think, in the community, and it's very affordable. And so I look forward to looking that up and seeing more information. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Commissioner Baker.
Yeah, I just want to mention something regarding the History of Hometown Heroes. As far as, I really want to give a lot of credit and a shout out to Debbie Jones from the Chippewa County Community Foundation, because without her, none of this would be happening, none of it at all. She was amazing in the fact that she supported me in my crazy idea. But aside, not only with just the History of Hometown Heroes, Debbie and the board at Chippewa County Community Foundation have fought tirelessly for our community to make it better with all the things that they do, from our downtown gardens to all the added features with the chairs and tables. And with one thing, and we all know, when trying to do things, it's you hit roadblocks, you hit hurdles, you hit this, and Debbie Jones will go to bat for our community, and she will fight tooth and nail to make it better. And I am utterly grateful for that. I hope, you know, we have a few major people like that in our community. Very grateful for that, and I hope more people step up like that. But thank you, Debbie, from the bottom of my heart, from our community and for veterans and everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. I kind of have something sad to talk about, but before I talk about that, I'd like to piggyback on what Commissioner Baker said. Last August, during the Music in the Park, Congressman Jack Bergman and I had a fundraiser, and we raised $1,600 for veterans for their van to help with repairs and gas and whatnot. And at the last minute that I needed somebody to help me, Debbie Jones came through, gave me one of those big checks, you know, one of those big cardboard checks where you put the whatever. And I think the world of her, and I just think she does just wonderful work. And like I said, sorry, now I have to talk about something sad, but to piggyback on what Commissioner Twardy said about the dial-a-ride program, community action, whatever, in the last couple of weeks, we've lost one of the best people I've ever known in my life. In the early 80s, when I first started into politics and helping the community, people like Pat Gagliardi, Mitch Irwin, Frank Sasso from Drummond Island, all these guys took me under their wing, taught me that community was the best thing to do. Helping your community, helping your neighbor is the best thing. And they talked about hometown heroes, and they said, you know what? A hometown hero is somebody that helps somebody take their groceries across the street, an elderly person, you check on somebody, whatever. And people like our former mayor, Tony Bospis, Donnie Riley. But in the last couple of weeks, we lost one of the greatest people I've ever known in my life, Ron Callery. Ron passed away, and he was actually, when one of his children was being born, I was being born in the very next room, and he used to always tell me the story about going back and forth and looking at him, looking at me, whatever. He was just a wonderful, wonderful person, and I just want the community to know that we've lost a wonderful person, Mr. Callery. Thank you for the time, Your Honor.
Good comments. Thank you, Commissioner Miller. Anybody else? Any comments from the commission? I certainly would echo Commissioner. Oh, go ahead, Commissioner Collins.
Well, I was just thinking about the tribal tribunal cases that we're dealing with, and I know that we talked about it last week a little bit, but one of the things that I was thinking about is that, and I think Commissioner Twardy had talked about this, about putting pressure on the state so that they recognize, what situation they're putting us in, and then also that it is affecting their revenue. The one thing I was thinking about is that, realistically, even though they may be losing revenue from the box stores, they're going to balance their budget first, which is what they do. So therefore, that's why we're really receiving less money on our revenue sharing, right? So the gas tax and so forth is supposed to come back to us. We know how much money we've lost from the state and the revenue sharing. My point is that the only way that they're going to get pressured isn't going to be based on how their budget is performing, because they're going to do whatever they can do to balance that. But I think that they're being very short-sighted in the fact that the state of Michigan is made up by municipalities. And if the municipalities are having a hard time and they're starting to disintegrate and go backwards as far as keeping up with even if you look at the Sioux, as far as the infrastructure that we have to deal with, if we're going backwards, we know that there's other municipalities going backwards. And then at the end of the day, as people are visiting the state of Michigan, they look at it as a whole. So I think that my personal opinion is that the people that we have elected in the state of Michigan are being very short-sighted by doing what they're doing and not looking at this issue and more, I guess, as a bigger issue than it is. I mean, I know that the MML puts pressure on them. I know that we put pressure on them to try to get them going forward, but I think that that's really the reason why they're not making it a big issue, because it doesn't affect them, right? They just go, oh, we don't have the revenue coming in from there, so we'll just take it from someplace else, and then we end up being hurt along with other municipalities. So I don't know how to fix it, but that's just a thought I wanted to put out there.
Yeah, definitely. It hits us more than it hits them, because those taxes are local. Thanks, Commissioner. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? And certainly, Commissioner Miller, appreciate your comments about Ron Callery. He certainly was larger than life and did so much for this community. And thoughts and prayers.
What a great person. What a great person.
Absolutely. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Callery family at this time. So, Commissioner Twardy.
Move to adjourn.
Support.
Moved and supported to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good meeting.